Leo, it is such a pleasure to connect for you. Welcome back to another Astro reading. As you know, these readings are timeless and signless, so you don't have to have any significant Leo placements or be watching this video at the time that I'm publishing it for the messages to be for you. If they resonate, hey! And if they don't, I would invite you to take a step back and then come back at a later time to see whether they have managed to sound a little bit more recognizable to you. If you'd like to work more personally with me, you know exactly where to find me, and you also know we do everything except windows. We don't do windows, we don't do toilets. I'm just kidding. But seriously, come check us out. We will be having a holiday sale of 20% off everything in the store between now and December 31st. Book now, schedule anytime. And what else? Oh, and we also offer Klarna payment plans. So yeah, you know how it goes. All right, so let's jump in, Leo. Leo, I'm getting some major magician vibes from you, but I'm getting the exhausted magician vibe from you. So when I say I'm getting magician vibes, I mean you're in the throes of see, I can't even finish it because I'm like, oh, losing all my steam. But I was going to say you're in the throes of manifesting. You're in the throes of energizing. At least this is how you should be. But let's talk about that, because I'm feeling a lot of Aquarian Uranus kind of influence in this field now. So notice that the word energizing came out, but when I said energizing, it just felt out of alignment with your energy. And so the message that's coming through for you, because when I think about energizing, I think about that lightning, but of Aquarius. But the message as it kind of came together for you, Leo, is that you're tapping into the wrong source of information. That's coming through very clearly. What's this about? But that's obviously more of a lower to the earth plane manifestation of the dynamic, that the energetic dynamic is that you're tapping into the wrong source of energy for yourself that works for you. So I'm feeling like for example, visually, like if I'm talking to you, like if I'm expressing myself in a way that energetically goes like this, the right energy for you would be over here, energetically going like this for you. Okay, so now you may be like, what are you talking about, Jay? And I'm gonna explain it right now, a way that may manifest for somebody. For example, we saw one example of how that dynamic of tapping into the wrong source of energy for you, or the wrong form of energy for you, the wrong fuel in your tank, so to speak. One way that could manifest, for example, for people on this earthly plane, is that you are tapping into the wrong source of information to give information out, right? The second way that I'm feeling is that you are going about something or maneuvering around or towards, or better term, engaging with something in a way that is not actually for you. Now, for example, let's say, for example, that you're taking efforts to meet up with a reporter to give some news so that they can report on whatever it is that you're saying and or investigating, but actually what's more in alignment for you that would maximize your value, and that would actually be a more proper placement for you, more appropriate placement, more optimal placement, nor giving a placement. You get the idea. All of those words and then some would apply there, would be for you to walk away from this specific topic that you're investigating, or to walk away from this specific person that you're investigating. So now that looks like a little split there for some of you, that if this energetic dynamic is for you and it's manifesting in the way that you engage with somebody, maybe you need to walk away from the topic, or the other option is you need to walk away from that person. Maybe that reporter you're working with whoa, who's this for? I just heard the devil. Of course, you know, that's just a euphemism that we're using here, or this is just another word here. But they're saying you don't want to jeopardize the sanctity, is another word that's coming out here, of what you're doing for the sake of playing by someone else's rules. They are really, who's they? Our team, the guides, channeling guides, my higher self, whoever. The message coming through is really dancing around telling you like it is, because they want you to kind of put the puzzle pieces together, because in a sense, sometimes we think, oh yeah, it's great to receive messages, like I want to get clear direct channel, like blip, blip, like I want the full information to me right now, and I can just copy it down and say it the way it is. You know me, I like that. I just like to keep it as pure and as true as possible. But the guides are saying sometimes, and I will co-sign this, sometimes the way that it's given to you is given to you purposefully scrambled or coded, or whether you want to call it encrypted, or it uses a lot of metaphors and symbolism and flowery language and all of that, just so that you can read between the lines, because the message is meant to be for you and not to be corrupted by others. Right? So almost like if oh, I get it. Thank you. Thanks for your explanation. So for example, if spirit's like, oh, well, we want to give this person like a channel, for example, it doesn't have to be a channel, right? But give this person information so that they can share it with others. But there are a lot of people who may want to take that information, corrupt it, turn it around, all sorts of stuff. This is just one of the things that happens 5 minutes, 55 seconds in this day and age. So what spirit will do is that they will prime the mind of the person. They will show them things like, oh, I just happened to see a person. I'm on a bike right now. You can't see, like, this is me on a bike. Yes, the handlebars are doing this apparently. But you know, I'm on a bike, for example, and as I'm passing by a store, I hear a ding ding, and I look over to the left, and it's a cute little kid coming out with a cute little balloon and a new piece of bread. Yeah, how cute, right? And then later, so spirit wanted me to see that, for example, so that later when they give the message to me, which to anybody else would be like, oh, this doesn't seem to make sense, or we're talking in metaphors, blah blah blah, what is this? They're going to overlook it, they're going to avoid it, because they don't see anything of value in it. But once it hits your mind and you receive that message, you put it together with the input, the priming, you know, the stuff that you saw in your environment that God brought to you, or source, or whatever term you guys would like to use. Again, semantics, right? But you put it all together and the message unfolds for you. So this also kind of plays into the idea that, hey, you do serve a unique purpose, and some things are uniquely for you to share, right? And so it's also speaking to the idea that if for some of us, if you, like me, I get this a lot, like I told you guys, I get a lot of imposter syndrome, but who doesn't, right? Everybody and their mother gets it at some point in their life. But so that's a nod to you guys to understand that if that's you at certain times in your life or going through something, just remember you have what it takes to do what it is that is in your highest interest and that can be shared with others in a loving way, right? That's it. So when we're out here questioning ourselves and our value and whatnot, we're also just playing around in nothingness. It doesn't make no sense, because then we're just in the land of winking, blinking, and nod, because it's not reality. The reality is you can, you will, you do, you already have, depending on the perspective you're taking. So the point is, you have to understand that you are properly, and I said properly, but I heard the guide say formally, you are formally prepared for, and they also played a word, formally, like officially, and formerly, like before you came into this world, into this onto this earthly plane, you have been formally and officially prepared to do what it is that you're supposed to do. Period. Okay, that's it. Oh, that was a lot. Okay, so trust in yourself, love yourself, and do you. Okay, Leo? So let's go back to what I was feeling for you, Leo. I was feeling that, I almost said Lee. Okay, so maybe that name means something to some of you. Maybe it means something to not some of you. I don't know. I have my ideas, but I'm here to just deliver the message and whatnot. So either way, and also, guys, as I've told you guys, any of these messages that come through are for me too. So these challenges in bettering ourselves and changing our perceptions, healing our perceptions, you know, your girl is going through the same thing, just in my own way, right? So that being said, the guides are, they said all that because, now you're piquing my interest, me of my little Capricorn self. Now you're piquing my interest. Let's talk about it. The guides are like, the reason why we brought all that up is because I do feel some, and I haven't said this in a while, mission work coming in. We have the Knight of Pentacles all slow and steady. Yeah, aw, reminds me of me, all nice and skittish. Skittish like a little bunny, coming in, right? So it's like coming online. So notice how this card is a little bit upward, and if this is the plane, zzz, right? So some of you, possibly even me, who knows? We're out here, we're just receiving, but and you guys, if you've been following my channel, you know that we're having a lot of initiations right now, and definitely coming up in March. You know this. Some of you, we've already chatted about this privately and whatnot. So just know that a lot of assignments are coming in, a lot of ideas are coming in, a lot. And as these energies come in, because when we talk about coming in, these ideas, these energies, thoughts, or things, these are energies, right? So as these energies come into the field, it could kick up a little dust. See, a little dust is at his feet, but you will be grounded. And then it's like trying to get here and then realizing, oh shoot, now we plug in, right? So right now, energies are coming in, people are assembling, teams are assembling here on the ground. Some of you may be starting organizations in as little as 4 months is what I'm getting. I just saw the picture of a camel, or also a llama, not because duh, we know the difference, but a camel and also a llama. Now I want to break that down for you guys, because at 11 minutes and 1 second, at 1101, I'm going to add that extra one. When I saw camel and llama, I wanted to let you know that you're going to have the camel teacher come in for you. Now the way before you get the llama representing the work that is coming in for you, the stuff that you're going to have to do, the camel teacher represents in my energy here, as I'm telling you, represents the kind of teacher who is very loving, very gentle, gets the work done, helps you to reorient yourself. So when a camel teacher is brought in, you can imagine yourself, I love how they said that, because imagination is just a direction of energy. So right, it's actually a very powerful tool. But you can imagine yourself being calibrated for the work that you need to do. Oh, there's a cat. Oh my God, there's a cat right outside my door, you guys. I'd love to show you, but this is like a whole setup here, so I can't. Hi. Aww. He's so cute. I always feel bad. I'm like, should I let you in? But I'm like, wait a minute. Anyway, 1212. All right, God bless him. Now, interesting that he showed up, because whenever the cat spirit shows up, we know that we're talking about independence. We know we're talking about getting your feet dirty, getting your feet on the ground. So notice as you come in, these energies of yours and all this energy that's coming in, these initiations, all that stuff, as it comes in, you're going to be grounded. And again, you're going to align with other people. So this is the phase to do your alignments, to do your preparations. This is when your camel teachers come in to help you to process whatever is going on, help you, because they're meeting you in the oasis, right? To get you caught up on what it is that you need to do. So some of our mission specialists, some of you who help others to discover their passion, their missions, or whatever you want to call it. I am one of those people, so reach out to me. We always have messages for those of you who receive those. Yeah, you guys may be being consulted at some point, right? I do want to make a nod. Okay, I was going to make a nod to what the guides are saying, but I think that was a message for me about something else. But let me see if they want. They have jokes sometimes. Yeah, I'll leave it. Oh, no. Okay. I always want to honor the messages. But I was going to say, and some of you guys will have witchy assistance. When I say witchy assistance, because, assistance comes in all forms. And not all quote unquote witches are having these, are carrying negative things, right? That's just a whole, anyway, that's a whole thing, meeting people with their ideas about witches and blah 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 blah. To get more into that, you'd have to go into the person, their motivations, all of that. But the guides were laughing at me, because for me they were like, minus the witchy assistance. But for some of you, I do see that maybe you may be working with somebody that is giving you that helpful information, especially if they are coming in with plant energies and things like that to be of assistance to you guys. If that resonates, it's going to resonate. You're going to know it's for you, okay? And just understand that on this planet, there are many ways that we can express energy and our wisdom and our understanding. It's just a gifts that come from God. And so anything done with a beautiful heart, it doesn't matter what your discipline is. Even if you, God bless, for example, if you have to, even people who have to take the lives of animals to help feed villages and this and that. Some people do it in such a slaughtery, horrible way, and then others will thank the animal, pray for the animal, and make sure that they use the everything. So it's all about your heart, okay? The reason why I had to say all that is because I wanted to get to some of you with your programming underneath there. Anyway, let's move on from that message. But then once you've regrouped, people have regrouped, gotten to their stations, if you want to say, then we're going to start to see a lot more uniqueness come out. And that's what they're bringing us back to, this message of uniqueness. People are going to be plugging into their own work. They're going to be complementing, COMPLEMENTING, complementing each other. Right? So that's when you're going to start to see a lot of specializations. We have a lot of specializations right now when it comes to healing modalities, but I gather that you haven't even begun to see what's really going to be hitting this planet in beautiful ways. And a quick example of that is some people just think, oh, energy healing's just Reiki. Okay. Oh, I'm going to get my body work done. It's a masseuse, right? No, you're going to start seeing people who do all these things. You'll go to a practitioner who will help you with your light body installations, activations. They'll also help you through your shadow work. You're going to meet some people who will also do Reiki, but also give your galactic histories. And, there are people doing all sorts of things. And there are going to be a lot of, and I like what I just got, but there are going to be a lot of, let's say the word, a lot of star seeds being born into families that are going to be like a beautiful, a beautiful, I don't want to say energy center, but a beautiful energy center in the middle of the house. They're giving me this big wrench here. I'm like getting it as if I could come back to your energy field and do some work on your energy fields, whoever you guys are, so that you can be receptive to these energies of these children that are being born. For some of you, the children are born elsewhere in other countries, but maybe you may have to go through an adoptive service, or maybe you'll meet this child in some other capacity in your neighborhood or whatever, but they may be foreign, right? They're coming into your field, right? To help you, for some of you, to help you collect your energies from elsewhere. So these kids are come through with a lot of bounty is the word. Of course, they're saying the bounty will trickle out all to society, blah, blah, but bounties like this are really, really shared and appreciated and received, is the perfect word, by those who are open to it. And it starts with believing that it can be a thing. Okay. I also wanted to say that when we see these beautiful star seeds and these children and I do see some older star seeds, some of them being very old, like actually senior citizens, still kind of in covert mission. Some of them know who they are, by the way. They know. I'm seeing them wink at me, right? But they may not be loud and proud and out when it comes to this kind of work they're showing. Some of them, I'm seeing surgical gloves. Some of them work on your energy field. You don't even know it. They're in your neighborhood. You don't even know it. But they grew up in a time where these things weren't even allowed, let alone talked about or just entertained, or it wasn't even conceived for a lot of people. And so a lot of them do their work under wraps. Okay. And they will be able to continue to operate covertly as they please. And there does come some form of freedom with being able to do that, because you don't have to mess with the I love what they're saying. You don't have to mess with the algorithms. You don't have to play into the algorithms. You don't have to think about being canceled. You don't have to, by people who can't understand, or they just, so they're like communicating this message right now. So some of you, the reason why they're coming into this message right now, these older, very much senior citizen, energies, these beings. They're here on Earth, physical, but they're like older star seeds, and they move covertly. The reason why they're coming into this reading is to share that they're going to be welcoming some of these, they're saying earth angels born of other parents into their households. I also feel that for some of you, maybe it may happen that later on in life, maybe as you become a senior citizen, and a lot of you watch my stuff, thank you very much, hi, your star seeds and earth angels and all of these things, but as you get older, you may really start to encourage a lot of them to do what they're doing. You may actually engage with a lot of them. Some of you may house them. Housing them meaning like they may be at age 21, passing through all sorts of stuff. So understand it's never too late to be of assistance in the way that you feel is best. And also always understand that when it comes to, assisting others, we throw terms out there like light workers and star seeds and visionary leaders and healing practitioners, all these things, because in a sense we do have language. We need to talk about language, and indigo children and crystal children and all these, and they do refer to things, but I want you to be mindful that if you ever find a part of you understandably slipping into these places like, oh well, who am I, I'm a nobody, and wow, these youngins, these young bucks are coming in, and right, if your insecurity is triggered, first of all I want to give you super hugs, right, that was a hug, and then I want to invite you to go back to what we said earlier. You have everything that you need to do your mission, right? Your mission. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that movie, Valerian and this, what is it, the City of a Thousand, or the whatever of a Thousand Cities. I love that movie so much. Anyway, talk about bawling my heart out in the opening scene. I can't ever watch that again. It's too much. But anyway, wonderful movie to me. And in it, I remember there was this part where they were working as a team to extract something from a marketplace, and I'm trying not to give spoilers, and they had to escape the place. So, but part of the team, so two people were carrying the suitcase, or the cargo, whereas the rest of the team, about 4 or 5 of them, were fighting off the attackers. And at some point, the two people had to take the package and then leave the others, right, because they had to save themselves, because they had to deliver the package. They were the couriers. And I remember thinking, oh wow, everyone else in the car died. And I was thinking, oh well, you know what, and I had this thought, I was like, what if did any of those people who died get angry because those couriers got to get out with their lives intact? They got to be the visible part of some movement that was great. They got to rescue this, right? And then I realized, no, they knew what they signed up for. They knew they were the security detail. They came in, they did their security, and they knew that in that mission, they were all joined in that mission, at that extraction mission, but they had different roles. And so the point is, one role they should all be prepared to die in this way, right? But that one role, if they're literally the security, they're covering the backs of these other two. So if anyone's got to get out, it's got to be these two. So they have to, so they must have known that. They must have come to terms with that. And here I am looking in, feeling all like sad about it, and projecting, my sadness and all of this onto that scene. So that story was to tell you, go watch that movie, but also to let you know that I would invite you to stop and remember that you're here to do what you're here to do. And a lot of times you don't even know what your true purpose is. You may think you know, but what if your true purpose has nothing to even to do with anything that you would perceive a mission to be, or that you would perceive your career to be, or even some of you may be parents, and you think that your mission, your purpose in life is about these kids and about your family, and then it's actually not, right? So always understand that until you have the full perspective, you don't actually have the full perspective. And so therefore you have to leave room for the idea that you are perfect just as you are. The more that you lean into your heart, the better that you can say that you are operating. You just don't know, right? So anyway, Leo, going back to this message as I started, I wanted to let you know that you going to be undergoing some calibrations where you're being made current, you're being brought up to current standards, right? And your camel teacher is going to be coming in for you to assist, and then you're going to plug in and hit the ground running and really start to do your specialized work, whatever that is. Let me go and turn this heat off 1 second. Now that's interesting, Leo, because I'm sweating out here with this heat, but not sweating, but it's getting stuffy in here. But it's interesting that as I decided to go turn it off, I said, let me turn off this heat. When we think about Leo and energy, I used the term energizing earlier, but that energizing is not from your source, Leo. Your source of heat and that energy is the dynamism of fire. And we said earlier that right now you're plugged into the energizing energy of Aquarius, that lightning, bzz, live wire. And so you are going to have a little bit of I was going to say course correction, but then I heard cross collaboration, and obviously that's going to play out for some of you guys in different ways. There are quite a few guys listening, so the energy is expressed in different ways. But my point is, you will have everything you need, is what they're saying, so that you can take care of business as you intended it to be, as it was intended to be for you, right? And I have to be honest, Leo, I don't think you're going to be relying on the source of energy that you used to. Because when I think about Leo in a as a power source, I'm getting like fire, like just fire and dynamism, dynamic energy. And I'm getting even a little bit of like that, you know, that hot red poker kind of thing going on. But that's almost like the old way. And here you are kind of struggling, some of you, feeling short-circuited because and exhausted, like I said, because you're not in alignment with the energies that are coming for you right now. And that could even be in certain chakras that you have, right? They need an upgrade. They need alignment. They also need to be assigned a task for some of you. That assignment of a task would be a manifested detail of this dynamic of being out of alignment, right? So some of you, that may be manifesting as some chakra points that need upgrading, some thoughts and perceptions that need clearing, all that stuff, you get it. But what I actually see your, not say final form, because nothing's ever final yet. We're always in a constant flux. Just, the periods of flux may last long, but more than one lifetime, right? But I do see that what your final form is, or your form that you're being calibrated into, is like, I just heard someone say blue steel, just like that. It's so funny, but it's like that fire, dynamism, that energy as dynamism, dynamic fires, meets the live wire frequencies. Yeah, I'm talking about it in terms of like that lightning, that bzz, but they're just reminding me and also clarifying for us, it's all frequency, right? That frequency that's coming in is going to mix. And the way it's going to be for some of you that I'm feeling is going to come out like a new metal, almost, metal. Like a blue steel. They're saying like a luminescence. Almost looks blue silver, kind of. And they're like upgrades. These are all upgrades. And for some of you, it could be, the process is going to be really starting in 3 months. If it hasn't started yet, it probably has started. You're probably feeling uncomfortable right now, right? But like I said, once the calibrations are right and the conditions are right for you, you will start to reach those frequencies. I'm getting from 3 to 6 years is what they're saying. That's 3 months in concept, in theory, right? Yeah, we're not like, that's like saying, oh, hey guys, I'm building a house. I see you in a house, right? But I'm having it built from scratch. Of course, yeah, at first, we're always like, oh yeah, it could be built in a year. Yeah, right. 3 years later, the house is done, right? But the first year, we're still doing the zoning. We're still talking with the architect, we're still talking with the contractor, we're still thinking about we want to feel in the house, right? So there are plans still going on in that first year. By the second year, it's like, oh, well, we just finished framing the whole house. It's like, oh yeah, fine. But I actually heard them just say framing the old house. So this is not going to be, thank God. Say it, first of all, everybody watching, thank you. Say it with me. Thank God this is not going to be a full tear down the whole building. I don't see people tearing down their lives, losing houses, all that stuff energetically to prepare for this new frequency. No. Whew. Amen. God, is that you? Right? You are here, right? So thank you, because that in and of itself, pardon the term, sucks. Okay. But what I do see is they're laughing. They're like, you guys don't know because you're up there and we're here. But anyway, that was just me advocating for you guys down here, okay, with me. And what they're saying is they're going to come in and fortify. They're like, we got you. They're going to fortify the frame that you already are. And I see them filling you all up, filling your energies up. Woo. And then topping you off with, it's almost like a primordial soup. that's the word here, collocation here. But then they're going to, once they insulate you, once they prime you, they put you in the priming state. Oh, thank you guys. Yeah, can lend me some vocab. It's almost like they're going to inject the frequencies and energies that you need. And that is going to react. Oh, alchemy. Got it. It's going to alchemize with your field. And that's going to be your frequency. That's what gives birth to the state of being that we refer to as blue steel, right? Some of you, again, just to show you how much of a changed, I'm hearing chained also as my hands are like this, but how much of a changed state that you will be in, you feel like you may actually right now be like me, write books, no thank you, but later you might want to have may have so much information coming up and out of you because of your wisdom that is now grounded. I'm seeing an elephant here, that's for somebody, 31 minutes 31 seconds, that books just fly out of you. You're writing on napkins, you're doing this, you're doing that, right? So please, when they say understand that your mission and stuff, some of you hasn't grounded yet. Once it grounds and you're in that state of being, that what we're going to call it blue steel, things are going to start, you're going to be chained, not chained in a bad way, changed, but changed. You're going to be in your work. You're going to be aligned. Okay. Last card, King of Pentacles. Booyah. Okay. He's standing there with his, I just saw it. Okay, I was like, I was going to say he's standing there with his little book. How cute. Duh. That's you coming down. Look, boom. Then you become the King of Pentacles with your little book. You're going to be writing. Not all of you, but you got my point. Some of you are going to be leading chains. I'm getting leading chains and trains. You're going to be leading. There's going to be a lot of leading. All right, so they're saying, let's kill the message here. You've been killed. Just kidding. No, 32 minutes, 32 seconds. No, let's take a break from the message here. The Four of Swords is a temporary break. And I'm going to let you guys go. And hopefully this can fit on Instagram. Come on. Hopefully they'll unleash the limitations that they have now that, I don't know what's going to happen with TikTok or whatever. I don't know. But long story short, if you'd like to work with me, you know exactly where to find me. And of course, if you know me, you know we do everything. Boom. Mission stuff. Etheric surgery, intuitive counseling, you need it, we got it, relationship stuff. Anyway, God bless you guys, and take care. Bye.